everyone, it's Olga again, week 3 of my Melbourne Uni course, Graduate Certificate of Visual Arts, and what I learned this week. So on Monday we had the making class again, so we had some drawing exercises. There was a still nature, put up, a bunch of chairs and some lights, pretty random things, but we had paper and we were supposed to bring our materials, charcoal, other drawing materials, and we were drawing that. 4 minutes, 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute, 30 seconds. So we kind of loosen up and, not get too bogged down with details, just kind of look at the shape and experiment a little bit. I really enjoy that. I like, those quick exercises, and I'm trying always to push myself into directions that I haven't taken before. So yeah, that was the first part, and then during the second part of that class, we were doing a collaborative drawing. They paired us up. One person was drawing on a big piece of paper for 20 minutes, any materials they wanted, and it was about the, pathway from uni to home, and in an abstract way, whatever you kind of wanted. And then the second person on the same piece of paper was drawing the same thing. Didn't have to be connected, could be totally random. And then it was cut up to 4 pieces, and each of the people in the pair got one of those 4, and we are supposed to now redraw or reinterpret that piece. So I have mine at home, and I'm gonna think some more how I want to do it. I probably want to do something big. The brief was actually pretty funny. It said, you can draw it, you can paint it, you can shave it on your cat, you can mow the lawn, inspired by that. So really, really kind of open and funny in a way. So I do want to do something different than just drawing it again, because that's the whole point, right? Doing something different and learning in the process. So here is the other third and fourth piece cut up. I was just kind of like playing with stuff here. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that, but it was just nice to kind of have a play and see what I can do with it. Then on Tuesday the lecture was actually I didn't go to uni because of COVID-19. Classes are put online, so we can watch it from the comfort of our homes, which I did, and it was about the expanded field, right? So drawing, for example, or sculpture is typically or classically thought of as one thing, but then you can think of expanding the field of, let's say, drawing, and not having charcoal and paper, but having, it's shaved on your cat, and it can still be a drawing as well. So pushing the boundaries of the medium and kind of showing us examples of expanded field things in sculpture and drawing and painting and other mediums. So that was quite interesting as well. And then on Wednesday we had a tutorial where we actually visited an exhibition at RMIT. They have this space where they now invite different artists, and Paul Yor was exhibiting his stuff there. He's quite a controversial artist, so the exhibition was quite full on, very kind of colorful and grotesque, and go and see it if you feel like doing it. I think it's still open because it's such a small exhibition. When I went there, I was like, I really don't get it, but then when the curator was telling the group about what it was and how they did it, and what the artist kind of wanted to convey a little bit, I started to get it a bit more. That's why these classes are good to just to help us understand what the heck are we looking at, what is going on. So yeah, that was the exhibition, really full on, but yeah, really interesting. And then we had a chat in the group about if we liked it or not, and why, and what does it mean, and then how we could do an exhibition review for our assignment. And then on Wednesday we have the other making class where we can make anything we want, and I'm probably going to drop out of this one and move it to next year because of the environment. I don't feel that I will be getting as much of what I could out of uni because of limiting hours, and limited amount of people. All the exhibitions are closed, so it becomes pretty tricky. So I might just do it over 2 years, and then hopefully next year I'll be able to use all the different workshops as well, and continue to be in the Melbourne Uni arts community, and not only Melbourne Uni but beyond. But I still went because why not? I can still learn something before I drop out. And what I wanted to do was actually like a collaborative piece with, people in the class. Could have been anyone, but it's just like super easy to do it with them. And I had a, bigger piece of paper, and I asked people to draw a line with closed eyes, also from, home to uni or vice versa. And then you had all these different lines overlapping, just pretty cool. But then I was talking to one of the, people there, and we kind of started jamming and talking about it, and what does it mean and why we're doing it and all that stuff, and came to the realization that okay, the pathway home was kind of my default space on Monday, but it's kind of a boring question as well. So I grabbed a new piece of paper, and this time asked people to draw their emotional state from 1st of Jan to that day, 18th of March 2020, and things started to get interesting. First of all, the line, but then I asked them to walk me through their line and tell me a little bit more about why they draw this line like that, flat and then bumpy and then maybe, circles, because that's kind of where the meaning is for them, right? So there needed to be a little bit of a translation between what they meant and what we kind of saw on the page. Really interesting, and some people, really kind of opened up. I think because it was kind of a safe space, and first of all, they've made the mark, made the line already, so they kind of revealed a little bit already about their emotional state. Then the talking about it, they weren't that afraid to do it, although in the beginning they kind of shied away from it. So yeah, like super quick, well, not quick, but super easy exercise that I was able to do. And yeah, I mainly mentioned before that I wanted to create art that touches people and that opens up those conversations. And this was like instant opening up, because they were telling me how they were feeling over the last 3 months, which was very effective. The artwork was lines as well, but the kind of the meaning and the process behind it, and the conversations, super interesting. So now I have some homework to do to finish the assignment from Monday, to redraw that piece of co-created artwork in a different way. I'm thinking maybe about doing something outside on the floor, in the common space, like to just make it bigger. I'll still have a play around with that, but we'll be showing that on Monday and discussing again, and it should be really interesting. So that was week 3, and what I got out of it.